it's Dr. T here, back with Chef Megan. And today we're going to solve one of the world's biggest problems. And that is, oh my God, how can I take all these supplements? So oftentimes, as I put people on nutritional programs, they often need a lot of supplements at first. And so sometimes we need a solution. So we're going to throw them into a smoothie. So she's going to show us how to do that.
That's an overwhelming amount for some people. I mean, it's not just your one-a-days anymore. So I have a Vitamix blender. I have had this. This blender is actually probably about 20 years old.
Oh?
Yeah, I've been around for doing this for a long time. So you always want to start with a liquid. And I've got a lot of little things we can put in there to really almost to jack up your smoothie. So,
right.
Hey, who couldn't use the extra energy, right? So with your liquid, I typically start with an almond milk or maybe some coconut water. So coconut milk, coconut water, almond milk, probably not soy.
Not soy milk.
No.
I'm not a fan of soy milk
Okay.
for a variety of reasons. But also, what about rice milk?
Rice milk, fine. I just want to make sure that the almond milk or the coconut milk is unsweetened, because we're going to be putting in some fruit that really sweetens it up. And so if people kind of reframe their minds, like, this is not a fruit smoothie that we're making food. Yes. That can kind of give us nutrition in so many other ways. So that's what I mean, adding all these different things. But starting with basically a cup of almond milk. So you got that. You could even mix and match and, put in a little bit of coconut.
Okay.
It's got some good potassium in it, of course. Now, I love to get the greens in your diet every day. So what is that big green thing I have here? This is a piece of kale. So if you're not familiar with kale, this is organic kale. So I just take it right off the stem, just like that. I pop it in here.
Okay.
And when I do that in front of people, they're like, "What are you doing?" And you really don't taste it in there. Spinach or kale in your smoothie, awesome. And then we're going to take this frozen banana. Yes, this is frozen. We peel the banana, pop it in the freezer, keep it in the freezer. I wait till they're kind of brown, so they're they're turning where you're not going to use them.
And how long does it keep?
In the freezer?
Yes.
Oh, forever. Well, not forever, but a good long while. So as long as if you put it in the door and the door opens and closes, if you have that part in the door, it's probably best to put it further in the freezer.
Gotcha.
So it's not affected by the warm air. But so this is frozen. That actually makes your smoothie nice and creamy and yummy. Do you think we should put the whole smoothie? No. Okay.
No.
Well, I always say, if you're putting banana in there, you have to work out.
Right.
That's the deal. Otherwise you could put some berries in here. I also have some frozen pineapple. So I cut those up myself, and then I freeze them. So we can put a little pineapple in there, and that'll give it a nice juicy flavor. Other things we have here, I love to, I do a protein powder. So this is just a plain pea protein. That's, an unflavored one. I keep the flavors down on that as well, because once you add chocolate or strawberry, you're just adding more carbs and possibly sugars.
Too much sugar.
Yeah. So, and then I like to put raw coconut butter.
Okay.
This is just my favorite food in the world. I could just eat it right out of the jar. So I always believe in your smoothie having a bit of fat in it. You could also do some almond butter. In fact, I'm just going to put a little bit of that raw almond butter in there because it's going to just be yummy. So again, getting creative with what you put in there. If you need a little bit of sweet in there, I'm just going to do like 1 date. Now I've taken the seed out of that. I've got a few little goji berries. Our South American friends give us those. We've got cacao nibs. That is basically raw chocolate. I have shredded unsweetened coconut, so that'll go in nicely. And I like to have my smoothies to have a little texture to them too. So
when should we put the supplements in?
Well, I'm just going to add the hemp seed hearts.
Okay.
That's kind of my favorite kind of go-to thing. And we could do cacao powder, but we already have the cacao nibs in there, so we can take those
Now, with the ones that are solid, it won't matter. We can just throw them right in here.
Yeah, in a Vitamix you can. So with you said this chlorella?
Yeah. A capsule. So anything in a capsule, you can just open up and just dump right in.
And this will help with your green smoothie.
Now, if you don't have a Vitamix, you might want to grind these up previous in a
coffee
grinder. Coffee grinder.
Yes.
But in this case, we don't need to do that.
Pretty much.
But you can always grind it together. So we're going to just drop those in there.
And the thing is too, when you open up those supplements, the capsules, you can put them in something like applesauce or something, or even yogurt if you're eating yogurt, and just stuff smooth foods like that, and that way you don't have to worry about the taking so many capsules, and we're kind of covering up any flavor things with all the foods.
So if somebody's taking, oftentimes as people start a healing journey, they might end up taking 30 supplements a day.
Wow.
So this would be a great way for them to actually be able to get them down.
Yeah.
Right? And you could do this and put all of your supplements for the whole day in there and just drink half of it in the morning and half of it in the evening.
Man, talk about jacked up smoothie, huh?
Yeah.
I love it. I love that the green powder. Actually, I do a lot of green foods in my smoothie as well. So almost there.
Almost. Here's a lovely orange-yellow color.
Yes.
It's going to be a very interesting.
That's for de-stressing, right?
Yes,
vitamin B12.
It's got a serious smell to it. Vitamin B does.
Thus the banana.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so we're gonna take that and we're gonna. So basically, when you don't hear the hitting of the glass anymore, then in there. Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Here we go.
All right, there you go.
Wow, green smoothie, I love. Wow.
Delicious.
And very tropical.
And nutritious.
I know, wow.
So you can experiment with this, and you can just take all your supplements. You can make any flavor you want, and you can make any amount you want. So there you have it, an easy way to take your supplements without having to swallow all those pills.
Cheers.